Well, let's bring in and congratulate the Lenoir City grad that has qualified for the London Olympics. Claire Donahue joins us here on the new Sentinel sports page. Claire, Vince, and Mike Griffith. Congratulations, Claire. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Hey, we appreciate any miscommunication there on the time. We appreciate you adjusting to it and coming on with us.
Yeah, no problem.
Your morning after where you're at mentally and with that accomplishment now for you.
I mean, it's still sinking in, and I'm still so happy. Still grinning from ear to ear. I don't know. I'm just thrilled and so excited.
Yeah, Claire, yesterday or a couple days ago, you swam the second fastest time, and I wrote in a story that made it on the web. Obviously, there were semifinals at night that kind of precedented that, but could you hear the roar? It was really the first roar that I heard, for women's swimming in the Century Link Center when they announced Claire Donahue at an American record pace at 50 meters. That place erupted like Michael Phelps had just done something. Could you hear the roar in the pool?
I actually could. I was swimming, and at my turn, I could see that I was pretty far ahead, and I was kind of surprised at that. I mean, usually I'm at first at the wall, but when I actually saw it, I was like really surprised. And then I was probably about 25 meters left. I had about 25 meters left, and I heard everybody, and I was like, "Are they yelling for me?" And I was like, "I guess they are." And so that kind of gave me a little boost. So it was pretty cool to hear those cheers while I was swimming.
And then last night, I think you were at one of the far ends of the pool, weren't you? Were you in lane 0 or lane 1 last night?
Lane 1, yeah.
And that's not an advantageous position to be in. For the folks that don't follow swimming, you want to be in the middle of the pool. And when I saw that lane assignment, I thought, this could make it a little bit harder to maybe pace yourself or see the competition. Or how did you deal with that? And how much of a disadvantage is that in 100 for you?
Well, for me, it was actually good. For me, I need to focus on myself and what I need to do well. So when I was racing, actually on the turn, I didn't really see anybody. I didn't really think about anything, and I just kind of did my own race. So being in lane 1 for me was kind of an advantage, actually, because I was able to swim my own race, and it panned out pretty well. So I was actually glad, and it's kind of cool. I always think it's cool to be in lane 1 and then kind of out-touch everybody from the outside lane, kind of outside smoke, as they say.
Yeah, well, and it's funny you say that, because talking with Kelsey Floyd, a UT swimmer, she gave you credit for her swim the other night that got her in the finals because she said, having Claire next to me, apparently you're like one of the best starters in the world. That helped her, so you're right. And who knows, maybe the competition couldn't see where you were coming from without you being in a similar lane.
Yeah, that too, yeah, that could definitely be an advantage.
Now, some people say this was an upset, but you took gold in the Pan Am Games, if I'm not mistaken. I mean,
yeah.
Was that underdog role? I mean, you're wearing that Western Kentucky cap. I mean, let's face it. There's Texas, there's Florida, there's all the big names, and then there's that Western Kentucky cap. You seem to really like that underdog role, Claire.
Oh, yeah, I love it. It kind of drives me a little bit. I mean, I come from Lenoir City, Tennessee, kind of a smaller town, and smaller school, and then going to Western Kentucky, which is a little bit smaller than like Florida and Cal, and to be able to beat some big name Olympians and to beat name schools is huge for me, and it's just so cool.
Oh yeah, and now as far as how the swimmers talk and the culture, I guess you get to know these swimmers through these events. I mean, how accepting of you have you been? I mean, have you been in the cool club for quite some time? I mean, certainly now you're going to be wearing red, white, and blue, and everybody's going to know Claire. But has that happened for you in these last couple of years leading up to this?
Yeah, the past year, when I went to Pan American Games, we were actually in Mexico for probably about a week or more. So we were together for a while. So some of those people that I was competing against last night, I'm really close with. Elaine Breeden, Kathleen Hurst, I love. I mean, all those girls I actually really enjoy, and I think very highly of all of them. And they were even congratulating me after. And if they had won, I would have been congratulating them. So I guess we're pretty close.
That's an interesting dynamic, Vince, that I've noticed about swimming. Like the other night, Jenny Conley's a UT swimmer, And even though she didn't swim a good time and didn't, make the finals, she was thrilled for Claire and for her teammate.
Yeah.
And Christine Magnuson was talking about Tennessee girl. It's amazing. There's not a lot of anger when you lose. It's almost like you swim your best race and you congratulate who had the good swim, right?
Yep, exactly. That's exactly how it is. And that's how I mean, when I was coming in, all I was thinking was just give it your all, make sure you don't leave anything on the table. And, that's what everybody does. So, I mean, if I hadn't made it, I would have been a little upset, but I would have been happy because I knew that I gave it my all. So.
Now, and you're not done giving it your all, by the way. You've still got the 200 butterfly tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I have the 200 fly. Yeah, tomorrow. And
how is you? And how do you stack up? I know you were seated pretty high in the 100. What are your prospects for top two in the 200 butterfly?
I think I'm seated somewhere in about 10th. So for me, usually a prelims race is a little hard. So I'm going to try to just get into semifinals, and then after there, see what I can do. So just kind of take it one race at a time.
Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about this Phelps-Lochte deal. This seems to be, and I wrote a story earlier this week about how this has brought a lot of attention to swimming. And so folks like you, Claire, get national and televised coverage. What do the other swimmers think about these two guys? Because from the outside looking in, they look like rock stars, the way they're followed and cheered and everyone's psychoanalyzing. What do the other swimmers think about Ryan Lochte and Michael Phelps?
I mean, there's lots of different opinions, depending on who you ask. Me, I think it's great. They're bringing so much to the sport. And every year it keeps on getting bigger and bigger. And, when I first started swimming wasn't big at all. So now, it's huge, and it's getting better. So, I think it's great, and I think they're great in what they're doing. And then it's really neat to see, them compete. They're really competitive, and it's really fun to watch.
Is there like a Michael Phelps camp and a Ryan Lochte camp? Because everybody I've talked to seems like they kind of go, like one guy's like, yeah, boy, Michael Phelps, boy, he really puts the time in, he's a warrior. And then I talked to somebody else and they're like, boy, Michael Phelps at some of the events, he turned away from autograph seekers.
I think it's kind of like the Twilight Jacob versus Edward kind of thing. You're on Team Michael or Team Lochte, so I guess it's kind of that deal. It's split.
And where are you, Claire?
I haven't made that decision yet. I like them both.
Claire,
I love it. Good answer, Claire. You're learning quick.
I tried. Real quick, Claire, you mentioned about the camaraderie and how everyone roots for one another. Talk about the representation in East Tennessee, because Mike was on with us yesterday from Omaha, and he was talking about how much and how surprised he was at the number of local products that have had so much success. Talk about looking around the pool and seeing both in men's and women, seeing all the local representatives.
Yeah, it's really cool. I know Davis really well. He's from Knoxville, and Kelsey Floyd, swims for UT, and there's just so many, and it's really cool to see people from, or to know them, and then to see them do well, and then it's even obviously cooler to know that they come from your town. So I don't know, it's really neat to not, first of all, just to represent, my own hometown and in Tennessee, and then to see more and more people be able to have a shot. I think Davis is swimming tonight for a shot on the Olympic team. So I don't know. It's really cool to see everybody race and have a shot at it.
I don't know. I'll have to do my research, Vince. I don't know if Lenoir City's ever produced an Olympian before.
I don't know. They've had some pretty good athletes, but I'm not sure if any Olympians.
I'll have to check to see if there's like a Donahue Avenue or Donahue Drive anytime soon.
That'd be pretty cool.
Before I let you go, Claire, what people that don't know, what were your days like once you started competitive swimming? What was a typical training day, school day? How did you schedule all this? Because from what I understand, swimmers have to have incredible time management at an early age.
Oh, yeah. In high school, early years in high school, 3 days a week, I would have to get up about 4:30 in the morning, and then I would go to swim practice, and then I would pretty much go straight to school because, I worked out about half an hour away from home. So and I would go to school, and then I was actually on the track team as well. So I would sometimes have track practice, and then I have to go to swim practice, and then somewhere in there I would have to do homework and studying. So, yeah, you definitely have to have time management. And it's kind of funny because when you go to, when you get like a break, like when you're not swimming, it's so weird because then that time management goes out the window. When you have so much more time, it makes it more difficult, actually.
Claire Donahue will be representing Lenoir City and East Tennessee in the London Olympics, and still not done in the competitions. Claire, really appreciate the time. I know it's very unusual to do media here in the middle of competition.
It really is.
We really do appreciate it. Good luck, and thanks again. We'll catch up with you again soon.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. That's Claire Donahue, Lenoir City grad, nice enough to
Lenoir
give us a couple
City,
minutes.
Lenoir City grad in the Olympics.
Pretty
Wrap
cool.
your brain around that one.